Welcome to So Pretty Kitty. This is my vlog where I talk about all the things I love about sewing. In today's episode, rebranding the channel, my autumn sewing plans, and a fabric. So I just fancied a bit of fun today, sorry about that. So what's new? The news is my eyes have given up. After 43 years, I can no longer thread a needle, hence the glasses, which make me feel like I'm a newsreader. So yes, that is the first thing that's changed. The second thing is I want this channel to really reflect what it means to me in terms of my sewing and the reason behind this channel. And So Pretty Kitty is a name I came up with years and years ago. My eldest daughter is called Kitty, and it was really a way of sort of making a bit of extra money, particularly coming towards Christmas, making Christmas stockings and things. And I just sort of carried that forward into the channel because I didn't know what other name to go with. But those of you who've been watching my channel for a while will know that the whole reason I'm here is because I am a neonatal nurse who suffered really badly from PTSD. And I went through a whole journey with my mental health and had cognitive behavioural therapy, and sewing was very much a part of my recovery, as well as running. I love running too. So I have decided to go with this as a new brand for my channel, and I would really appreciate what you guys think. So I'll just pop my new introduction in here. So I hope that doesn't confuse too many people, because I will be going by the name Thread Therapy going forwards, because I really feel as if sewing has been a kind of therapy for me. It's been there when I've needed it the most. It gives you a mindfulness that you can't really get from anywhere else, concentrating and you know, making friends, and this social platform has just been wonderful. So I feel like that really reflects more about what my channel is about. So I hope you like it. So let's get started with today's video. Today is going to be a fabric haul and my autumn sewing inspiration. And I'm going to start off with some skirts. So skirts in winter time. I absolutely love a short, sort of not mini, obviously, but shorter skirts. But I don't tend to wear them much in the summer. One, because they're not practical. You know, when you're running around after kids and whatnot, shorts are much more practical. But in the winter time, you can wear a nice thick pair of tights and some boots, and you can get away with wearing quite a lot shorter skirts and feel quite confident. And I think they look absolutely lovely with nice chunky thick woolen jumpers. So my first piece of fabric I'm going to show you is a corduroy. So let me just grab it and I will show you. So the first fabric I've picked up in my new autumn winter sort of sewing fabric haul is a really dark forest green corduroy, and I'm not sure whether or not, oh there you go, that's more sort of true to colour. It is a beautiful, really dark green, and I absolutely love that colour. I think it looks really nice, not that I'm going to wear it next to my face, but I think that's going to make an absolutely wonderful skirt. As I'm talking through my plans, I will try and insert some images from Pinterest that have sort of gotten my creative juices flowing. And also I will pop in pictures of some possible patterns. But as always, if you've got any recommendations or suggestions, please pop them in the comments, because I love having that dialogue with you guys. So skirts, pattern wise, let's have a look. I went through my stash the other day, looked at all my patterns and realised for someone that doesn't wear a lot of dresses, I have got an enormous amount of dress patterns. And I think it must just be because those are the most common patterns that get given away with sewing magazines. So I had a little bit of a slim down because I have got tons. There's a picture here as evidence of how many I have got. And I was really hunting for some patterns I already had in my stash that I haven't used yet that would be useful for skirts. So the first one I found is this one. This is McCalls M7475. And as well as being culottes, you've also got the option of these lovely skirts here. And I was thinking, actually, this is quite reminiscent of the Nina Lee Camden skirt, I think it's called, which I will pop a picture in if I can. yeah, so I was thinking perhaps view B is probably the one I would most likely make. And I think that skirt would look absolutely amazing with a pair of really nice knee-high boots and a big, thick, chunky jumper in the middle of winter. So that is the first plan I have with this green corduroy. The other option for a skirt is this pattern here. This is a New Look pattern, K6843. I've used this pattern before, view C, to make sort of a, I think it was a wool mix type fabric. It was a mustard colour. And the only thing I don't like about this pattern is the waistband is really, really narrow, which, you know, I could extend that waistband pattern piece to make it a lot taller. But it's so skinny that actually sort of cuts you in half. I don't really like waistbands like that, so I would have to modify the pattern to wear this one. But it's got quite a few different options on there, all of which are really versatile. And I think actually probably this one here would also be a really good move. So there's that one. The other option I've got is in a Tilly and the Buttons book, which I will just grab. So this is from Tilly's book Love at First Stitch, which was the first book that she published. And inside we've got the Delphine skirt. It's actually coincidentally the same one that's on the front cover. I've made this skirt previously in a corduroy and I loved it. But I'm pretty sure the instructions tell you to put an invisible zip in. Yes. And I can tell you corduroy does not mix well with invisible zips. That zip broke. I replaced it with another zip which also broke. So I think I would need to put in either an exposed zip or something a bit more chunky and long lasting. I also slimmed down the style lines a bit because it's very A-line, this skirt, as you can see. But it's a nice simple make and it doesn't take a great deal of fabric. So it may well become one of those. So that's my first autumn plan, a nice corduroy skirt. So moving on to my next autumn plan, and that is going to be a sweatshirt. And sweatshirts are just staple pieces in your wardrobe, aren't they? I've got so many that I've made over the years and I've really struggled to find really decent sweatshirt fabric with a nice amount of stretch in it. And this fabric, along with the green corduroy, was at Franklin's, which is my local haberdashery and sewing machine shop. And it is a nice navy blue fleeceback sweatshirt jersey. So I ummed and ahed. There was also a khaki green, which was very tempting. I almost bought the khaki green. And then I remembered that last year I made a toaster sweater out of a sort of bottle green coloured cable knit fabric. And so I was thinking actually perhaps the navy blue would be a nice piece to pair with white jeans and also with blue jeans. And yeah, so navy is kind of a classic colour, isn't it? So I went with that one. I bought 1.5 meters, I think, of this one, and it was a lovely, I can't remember the price now. I promised myself I'd be more organised, but in my makes video I will include details about the price. Unfortunately, Franklin's don't ship fabric, they don't sell online yet, so you couldn't get hold of this anyway, but I know that a lot of the online sewing companies are selling sweatshirt just the same sort of quality as this, so I'm sure if you Google it you'll find some. So my plan for this sweatshirting is going to be this, the light's a bit funny today, this pattern by Named Clothing, the Talvikki sweater, and I picked this up last year because I was really keen on these interesting style lines here. Let's see if it's better that side. So you have these really interesting darts that lead to a funnel neck and a stepped hem. And I thought actually that looks really flattering. I like the stepped hem. I love this interesting detail on the neck. And it just gives a sweatshirt a slightly more interesting feel to it. So this pattern goes from extra small to XXL, which is a hip of 32.25 inches to 54.75 inches. And you just need to use stretch interfacing with this pattern, which I've also bought myself a piece of from Minerva. So that is what the blue fleeceback sweatshirt is going to become. Also, other sweatshirt patterns that I've used in the past that are brilliant. I've mentioned the toaster sweater. I've also made the linden sweater a billion times. And I have ummed and ahed about whether or not to buy the Billy sweatshirt from Tilly. There are on the Jarrah sweatshirt's also another one that's a really good one. So yeah, I think I will do a Talvikki in this lovely blue sweatshirt fabric to begin. Right, next up, this piece of fabric is gorgeous. And if you've watched my channel before, you know that I absolutely love an animal print. This is the Mandy Boat tee in an animal print jersey, which I have worn to death and love it. I think animal prints really are just neutrals, aren't they? I mean, you can wear them. I love them in the winter with tan boots or black boots and a black biker jacket or a denim jacket. I just think it's just a timeless print that will never go out of fashion. And I picked this up on the Minerva website, and it's a Lady McElroy or McElroy, however you say it, viscose. So I think it's a crepe jersey because it has got sort of a bubble texture to it. And I don't know if you're going to be able to pick that up, but it does have a very slight bubbly texture. So I think it must be a viscose crepe jersey. And it's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now, animal prints you have to be kind of careful with, I think, because sometimes cheap animal prints can look a bit tacky. So I'm very choosy about the type of print I go for. But this one was in the sale. I think it was £12 a metre, down from about £15 a metre. And it's so lovely and drapey and super stretchy. I think it stretches in, yeah, it's a 4-way stretch. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I think because I've got that slightly red tone to my hair, anything animal print sort of tends to go quite well with my colouring. So this fabric is going to be, more than likely, a Tilly and the Buttons Lotta dress. So I've made this one previously, you'll see it in my last video, and if you haven't, I'll pop a card in. This dress is new to me. I've made one version so far, which was a toile, and so I'm really happy to cut into my expensive fabric to make another dress because I know it absolutely fits me beautifully and I'm pleased with the silhouette. So this comes in sizes, Tilly sizes 1 to 10, which is a 30-inch bust to a 48-inch bust. It's a nice simple dress with patch pockets if you want them, but I don't want those patch pockets. I'm going to go for short sleeve and that length skirt, I think. I know this one will probably be more wintry, but if I put sleeves on this dress, then that's going to kind of mean that I probably won't wear it in the summer. So I don't want to limit the sort of occasions I can wear it to. Does that make sense? If I put sleeves on, yes, it'll be warmer in the winter, but then will I not be able to wear it in the summer? Whereas if I have short sleeves on it and I wear a cardigan with it, I could then wear it in both summer and winter. So that's my thinking. Although I do like it with the sleeves, I think that looks really cute. So that is the plan for that. I've also got other options that I could make with that dress. I was looking through my pattern stash and came across this one. Now you have to ignore the absolutely horrendous styling on this pattern envelope. I mean, who is this designed for, honestly? And don't take offence if you actually quite like that, but that fabric there, I don't know what they're thinking. Anyway, so this is a knit fabric pattern, and it's number 6301. I haven't made this up. I think I must have got this free with a sewing magazine because clearly I wouldn't probably have chosen it with that picture on the envelope, but you have to look past the illustrations and sometimes and just go with the fact that your fabric will look 100 times more amazing than what they've chosen. So yeah, I think the bigger companies are starting to be a little bit more sort of size inclusive and a little bit more stylish with their pattern envelopes. But yeah, the only reason I've been put off by this one is because that is made up in something that I think, yeah, I think I would never wear that dress. It's dowdy. Anyway, like I said, apologies if you actually quite like that. So the next trend is, I'm sticking with the animal print theme. This is a Dalmatian spot, I believe, with green leaves on it. And I have shown you this before. This is a piece of fabric that my husband bought for me. And I've got a decent amount. I think he bought me 2 meters of that. So I am wondering, is this an autumn stroke winter fabric, do you think? Or do the green leaves give it more of a spring vibe? Because I don't want to cut into this and make it into something willy-nilly, because it's clearly a nice, you know, premium jersey. But equally, I don't know, I don't want to let it sort of languish in my stash for too long, because I kind of get stuck into that thing where the fabric becomes too precious to use. Does that make sense? Do you guys do that? You have like fabric that you keep in your stash because you love it and you can't cut into it because you don't want to make a mistake and make the wrong thing. And I think I would get quite precious about this fabric if I left it. So do you think this is autumn appropriate? Because that could be another Till in the Buttons Lotta, or the Till in the Buttons Tabitha t-shirt dress that I showed you in my last makes video. So one or other of those, and I think that would make quite a nice workwear piece paired with the next piece of fabric. So I'm loving the trend for oversized cardigans. I went shopping the other day with my gals. We wandered around to see what was on the high street. There are a lot of oversized, sort of snuggly, batwing style cardigans, and also lots of shackets, which are like a cross between a jacket and a shirt. The whole sort of cuddly, snuggly vibe seems to be carrying on from lockdown, where people just wanted to be comfortable and work from home in clothes that made them feel really comfy and happy. And yeah, so I think I'm going to go with a batwing style cardigan that I have made previously, and I can't currently find the pattern, but I will put a picture of it in. It's called the Carrie cardigan, which is interesting because that's my name. And I picked up this fabric from Franklin. So I've recently made a Till in the Buttons, the name of the cardigan's gone out of my head. It's in her stretch book. I'll put the name down here. I've made a cardigan out of the really pale blue sort of colourway, or sort of cornflower colourway, for the spring summer. And they had some of this green rib knit in the sale. So I thought, you know, it'd be rude to go into a shop with a sale on and not purchase some. So this is a lovely stretchy rib knit. And the Carrie cardigan has really deep cuffs. It has sort of a batwing shape and a scooped hem at the back. So my Pinterest inspirations should be flashing up on the screen at some point here now. And I will find a picture of the Carrie cardigan. It came with a magazine, but the minute I saw it, I instantly thought, right, I'm making one of those. And I did make a sort of grey coloured one last winter time with some beautiful fabric that had birds in a sort of silvery, I don't know if you guys will remember, but this is another one of those. And I think actually I bought it at the same time as I bought this one. Did I buy this one? Did I say my husband bought this one? Gosh, I buy so much fabric, I can't remember where it's come from. Anyway, the two of those really go well together. So I'm thinking big oversized cardigan and a dress. So the next autumn trend I'm hoping to recreate is another dress, and it's made using some fabric that I got from Pound Fabrics. Now, Pound Fabrics sell really inexpensive material that sometimes you get it and you get what you pay for. It arrives and you think, This fabric is a crepe. I actually think it's really lovely, and it probably only cost me, can't exactly remember, but I think it was probably only £1 a metre or £2 a metre. It's got these wonderful autumnal colours on. I don't know whether or not, can you see the texture on that crepe? But I just loved all the different colours and the stripe variation and the mustard. And when I saw that on the website, I thought, actually, it's given me a kind of designery vibe. I don't know whether or not you guys like it. What do you think? But I'm thinking, let's play around with the stripes on a dress. So I am going to go with another previous make, and you guys know that I love Tilly, so It's another Tilly pattern. This is the indigo dress. I've made one of these previously in a green leopard print, and I absolutely love that dress, and I want to make another one. So what I'm going to do this time, and the only thing I've got to say about this dress is, can you see it's got like a curved bodice here, which is lovely, but the hem doesn't, it's not shaped in a way that makes this work with the hem. And I might just be being really dim, but if you've made this too, let me know. My last indigo, the hem looked incredibly wonky, and I can't deal with that, so I had to level it off, which was a bit of a pain in the bum. So I'm thinking what I might do, and I was watching, I can't remember which of my fellow vloggers I was watching, but someone's made this recently. I think it might be Secret Life of a Seamstress, potentially. If it's not, let me know who it was. But they've straightened the bodice off, which, you know, it makes sense. If you've got a curve there, you're going to have to do something different down here so that it doesn't look wonky. And I don't like a wonky hem. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to not have the exposed ruffle, because I'm not really a ruffly kind of girl. I'm not going to have the big old fluffy sleeves. I'm just going to go for this shape here with a straighter bodice, and then I'm going to play with the stripes. So the stripes are going to go across the bodice and down the skirt, I think. And I think actually that will look really cute. So across the bodice like this, and then have the skirt going like that. That's the idea anyway. And like I said, it's really cheap fabric, and if it doesn't quite turn out the way I like it, then I haven't lost anything. But I do have about 2.5 meters here, so I think I'm going to have plenty to play around with. So that is my plan for that fabric. So the next trend that I really, really love, looking on Pinterest for inspiration, is the camel coat. Camel coats can be really versatile. You can wear them with stripes, you can wear them with neutral colours, and I particularly like the sort of taupe, grey, cream, white jeans, tan boots, that kind of look. So I have been making a camel coat for the best part of a year. I haven't really been making it because I started it and then it just sat there on my dress form. I ran out of steam, the summer came, and then I was just like, not doing that now. But I will finish it, because this the fabric was gifted to me as a Minerva blogger ambassador. And so I feel like I have a responsibility to finish this coat so that I can write the blog post. Equally, it's a beautiful camel coloured coating, which is sewing together really nicely so far as I got with it. And I've chosen like an emerald green satiny lining to go on the inside. So I think it's just going to look wonderful when it's done eventually. The pattern I'm going to use is one that I've got in my stash, which I don't remember the name of, and I will pop images in as we go along. I know that Whitney has sewn it and done a sew along, so I may well be tapping into her expertise. So my memory is like shocking today. It's like my eyes have gone, my memory's gone. Whitney's channel, I will put a link down below. Yeah, amazing dressmaker. Anyway, I'm going to cut now to my coat so you can see it. Right, so you're going to have to use your imagination, because clearly this is nowhere near finished, but this is as far as I've got so far. So you can see I have put the seams in and the bust darts. We also have a couple of nice pockets. The sides are pinned presently. The front's interfaced. I'm getting this collar off. I've clearly put it on wrong anyway, because it shouldn't meet right up to here. I think I lost my markings on the collar, but thinking about it, this collar is actually probably going to be very impractical in the winter time, especially since I like to wear scarves and things. And I think actually if I want something that is more versatile, a proper collar would probably be better. So I'm quite pleased with my pockets. They're looking pretty smart. And I have, oops, the green lining in here that you'll probably give you an idea of what actually is going to be like on the inside of the coat. But yeah, It's a work in progress, let's just say that. So I hope you enjoyed my autumn sewing plans and my fabric haul. Thanks very much for joining me today. If you're new, please subscribe. It really helps the channel and helps other people to see if you like and comment. So if you feel like you want to do that, I'd be really grateful. And I will see you next time. I don't know whether or not maybe next time I might do a tour of my sewing space, because I have recently completely redecorated our living room and overhauled the entire storage and organisation of my sewing space. So if that's something you're interested in seeing, please stick around and I'll see you next time. Bye!